We'll play golf.
এই যে কিন্তু একটা ভালো টিম ভাই।
The rest.
ওর যাও কম ছেলের একটা পা এ আলারপুরের পুকুরের পুরা শরীরের সমান।
জায়ান
Let's go. Yes.
ওলা ভাই
Very close, Karen. You know this?
মিলনের পদত্যাগ চাই, বিষ খেয়ে সাপ ডাকে। কি ভাইয়া এটা গতকালকে সাপোর্টের কথা ছিল, গতকালকে 20 কে করলে, আজকে 25 কে করলে দিব নাহলে দিব না।
You know, we did this already.
অফার চেঞ্জ, অফার ক্লোজেস সুন, এটাও ক্লোজ হয়ে যাবে দেখবেন। বুঝে গেছি আমি আজকে না করলে।
Swing.
আর 100 লাগে, 44 করো ভাইয়া। এমডি ইন্দোনেশিয়া, হ্যাঁ ইন্দোনেশিয়া, থ্যাংক ইউ ফর দ্য সুপার চ্যাট।
We got you.
Will you guys?
We're the best here.
ওয়েলকাম টু দ্য স্ট্রিম।
কি খবর ভাই?
জান ভাই,
কি খবর ভাই?
কি খবর? কি চলে ব্রো? ভাই ফ্যান কেন নাকি ক্লাচ মারে ব্রো?
মাথা মতো নষ্ট, মাথা মতো নষ্ট। এটা দাঁড়ান, এটা আমি অ্যাডমিন সাহেবরে মেসেজ, এটা পিওবি লাগবে, পিওবি পোস্ট দেওয়া লাগবে।
ভাই বিশ্বাস করো
এটার পিওবি ফ্রি ফায়ারের পেজ থেকে পোস্ট দেওয়া লাগবে।
হ্যাঁ আমি দেখি যে টপ 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 ড্রপ হচ্ছে। আমি আমার চোখে বিশ্বাস করতে পারতেছি না।
I am.
Hey, আমি আমার চোখে বিশ্বাস করতে পারতেছি না। তিনা নক হচ্ছে, আমি হ্যাঁ ওকে ওকে বাট দেখছো কেডি কোড কি করলো এখান দিয়ে নিচে নেক্সট রোডে মাইরা উইয়ারা শেষ করে দিল।
এমনও পাইলো না ভাই, তবে দিই ভাই।
5 4
ফাইনালি ইভেন্টে বহুত ভালো হয়েছে।
1 I'm with you, Lucifer.
সব ভালো হয়েছে।
You got this, man. We gotta win this.
ভাই
We got-
এক গলফ ক্লাব নিয়ে কতক্ষণ যে দাঁড়ায় আছে যে করতেছে। ফার্স্টে মহিলাটা যেমনি গলফ ক্লাব ঘুরে দিছিল, আউট হয়ে গেছে, সামনের লোকটার বাড়ি নামাই দেয়।
Oh my gosh.
ট্রাফিকের একবারও পাইলাম না। কই ভাই?
All right.
ও পাইছি। এই তো আমিও তো পাইলাম না।
I'm not gonna say this on camera, but
ট্রাফিক কানেক্ট দিয়ে দাও। এই আর কি ট্রাফিকে আছে?
say a word anymore.
আসি তো।
You wanna say something? Say.
আর দেখলাম যে ভালো খেলবো, একটু কোয়ালিফাই করবো না? কোয়ালিফাই তো করছি 4 নম্বরে আমরা।
Okay.
রহিম ভাইয়া শিখাও ভাই আমাদের কি করে কোয়ালিফাই করতে লাগে।
Amazing. What the hell? Rock and rollers.
That is me and Coach
এটি সেকেন্ড বেস কি প্রথম বেসে আছে।
taking over all of you. Come down there.
3 নম্বরে অ্যাম্বুশ ইউএলভিআর দিলাম ইয়ারে। আমাদের হয়ে গেছে 9 নম্বরে বলে মাথা নষ্ট। ইমেল নিয়ে পাইবে ওগুলা কি
টাইম ব্যানার ছিল।
এমডি আরাবাদ ভাই, থ্যাংক ইউ ফর দ্য সুপার চ্যাট। ছিল তো
They're definitely showing up.
নাই এখন আসিল তো, আছে তো।
Let Neptune. But the one thing that we really notice with Batati is they're using a new skill.
এই তরুণদা
I mean, I'm really loving that.
ভালো।
Is to go
এই মেকার স্পেসিফিকেশন কেমন রিকোয়ারমেন্ট ইজ
with that array skill on of Eclipse. They can
আমি জিপিও ছাড়া খেলতেছি।
close and then
ল্যাপটপে চলবো
especially in this kind of
i7 13
আমার স্পেসিফিকেশন
skill being used right now.
ভাই আমি ট্রেডিং করে লস করি, আমার প্রফিটের উপর একটা ফুল সাপোর্ট দিয়ে দেন।
It's
হ্যাঁ?
not
চলবে।
we've seen
আজকে $70 লস। না রে $70 টাপ দিয়ে এখন সুপার চ্যাট নিতেন। আমি মনে করছি
But can we also talk about Koja today? I mean, that boy literally saved the day. Just looking back into the first game, Koja was the one to build the secret situation, right? Before they got taken out by S8UL, but still, Koja was there to save the day. And now, I think this boy is definitely someone to watch out for.
I'm just looking at the match standings earlier from page 1 of the Wayne Dynasty. What the heck? Yeah, why not? We'll talk about you a little bit later.
মোবাইল পাইছি ক্লিয়ার
33 points vitality. If I'm not mistaken, Neptune, the record so far right now. In terms of division, it could have been. If that was the division, it could have been the record. But again, these teams are just trying to get on those aggressive push. Game style right now, what we're seeing is just chasing the win. And another team that is beating up so often. Game 1 up until game 2. We thought I was like, vitality. I know you love I know you love vitality. One thing that we do have to point out that I feel like the confidence is quite there. We saw Vitality just driving by, and I believe it was Leon that shot at them, and they were forced to engage, and it ended up being a total of about 4 teams fighting in one spot.
Yeah, because actually what I see from the players is that they were trying to do it a more, I don't know, they were kind of trying to wait till the right moment come, but that's not really the case when we talk about game 2. So they had to change their strategy. They have to adapt. And of course, with the amount of talents that individual players have, I think it is something that's not quite of a challenge for Vitality for them to.
Other than Coach, there's also Zibang. Like more of the information is being gathered by the teams, and I'm loving the roster they have right now. It seems like, again, despite losing out, just very close. In the first 2 days, they are now trying to get that rain. Even against Team Falcons, like Team Vitality right now is leading. How about Falcons though? What an amazing start out of Falcons in game 1. We saw an insane amount of eliminations as well, because this is the 2 spots. What we're doing here with the PS5 story of the day earlier on. We were talking about Falcons, we were talking about Vitality, and both teams ended up showing up, especially Falcons in the first game.
Well, Falcons did show up, they did get the points, they're sitting at the top, but there's one team that got the game number 1, Total Gaming now. For them to get it on the survival stage, game number 1, get that booyah going on, is a right direction for not just them. And you just saw Tag what they did in game number 2, getting 14 eliminations, KD got surviving till the very last time. The caliber that these guys are packing. That is the reason we were having this discussion earlier. I was like, hey, I think there is one team that's going to make it through, but it's going to be difficult. But what if both you mentioned?
I mean, it came down to making sure that he was just sneaky about it, didn't go after anybody, played out that wonderfully. And what I have here, it's a secret here, because I know you're going to be casting later. I'm gonna put you on the spot. Okay. It's time for you to decide. Earlier, we're Tag saying that we're gonna be playing like that might be the case. Is that what's gonna happen? Are we gonna maybe possibly end up with 2 Indian squads? As I said, right? Whether it's gonna be 1 or 2, that is what I have a high hope on. You can clearly see of how game number 1 went. Aztec performing. Mafia, this is something that Mafia needs to for the team. That's where the pillar stands. While Aztec might call the shots, it's Mafia getting it through. On the other end, in game number 2, you ended up seeing God. He's the pillar for the team. These both snipers playing that game to perfection, vibing for the team, and playing the long range, especially for communication, is giving the right direction for both the teams. And I believe, as you asked the question, there is a possibility that we see, because they've read in the very first game and second game, you can clearly see the rotations, especially with the South Asian teams. Now they're reading even into the Southeast Asian teams that are trying to compete with them. We'll get a chance to discuss that even more later on, but right now, that overall ranking, you can see right there in first place, Team Vitality, Team Falcons, Team Apex Gaming, and Total Gaming with that amazing performance from earlier on. Don't forget, if you're just tuning in, if you're for some reason missed the beginning of the show, the top 4 teams will be moving on to the finals tomorrow. The rest of their keys will be crushed. I'm looking at 6th place because we have to shout out an outstanding performance from Shocked. He was terrible.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, for the first time, he was just getting all the team that go for the teams. And I believe, as you asked, he was. We want to see what we really didn't expect, especially on this kind of level. But you know the theme of the day right now is to survive. And, well, how are you going to survive? Take out your opponents.
Next Nextera, and honestly, I'm just so excited to see how it's going to be like between Vitality and, of course, Falcons, because we're talking about rivalry. These two are very similar, and I think that is exactly what makes it interesting. Like, they have the same rotations, even drop zone. So yeah, I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen in the next map.
Well, let's see now. You're talking about the next map, Nextera. One team has been on the high right now once we are jumping in Nextera.
Yep.
I don't want to mention the name, but they're from Malaysia. Any guesses, Chita?
I knew it. It starts with an A. I think it also ends with an A.
Okay.
Yeah.
Husky over there on the desk.
Yeah.
You like Neptune.
Scream louder, Husky. We can't hear you. Oh, Aurora, they
Yeah.
really got away on saying their name. I don't want to change them again. I want them to first. We said it for you.
Yeah, we said it for you. We got this. Don't worry about it. But just one thing I do want to point out: we were talking about the South Asian teams, right? Not just India. India is sitting at the top for the time being. South Asian teams, they are also troubling the market. Especially one to add on is going to be DRS. They're having a really good start, and that start might mess up for some teams to close it out and to get to the top 4.
I mean, a good start, it depends on what you look at it as a good start for that squad, especially when you compare with some of the performances that we have seen from some of the other top squads. A team that's actually not having a good start, and you know what, I'm sure this squad. Conchita, talk to me about Gun Dynasty.
I am so disappointed. I mean, you are not the only one because I actually have quite a high hopes when it comes to Gun Dynasty. I mean, we've seen what they are able to do, and we are hoping and crossing our fingers that somehow they can bring that spirit back. We haven't seen that yet. We don't know what is exactly happening to them now, but if we were to, I don't know, analyze Neptune, what do you think is the biggest problem?
It is more of Bell just carrying his squad. Like, he's always the one remaining after everyone falls in this gunfight. So if he would just be the, like, if everyone out of Gun Dynasty will be relying on Vanel, then that would be the case. That would be the scenario overall. If he gets eliminated, especially in the early parts of the game, and a lot of teams are still available, then he will be a target by a lot. He is already being a target, and you could see he's been forced to use his skill, that is stealth bites. Every time he has to run away just to get that revive. That's how much pressure he's under. But along that lines, I know when you're talking about Gun Dynasty, the team who made it to the top from Latam, that's going to be Lion. They're slowly picking up. Gamesh getting a game. I really like this. Is the form I wanted to see from day one of our group stages, but it did not happen. Maybe in the survival stages they take away the chance because day 2's end, Lion was almost about to bring in. It was only the day 1 points missing that did not give them the top 4. Well, let's see if it's going to be the tag teams just continuing to dominate, or maybe we're going to get some surprises here. You won't see all of us until after match 4. But for now, enjoy the rest of the games because it's going to be packed with action if the previous 2 matches were anything to tell. And also, Husky, Tash Bunny, thank you so much for screaming Aurora for us.
You are welcome, my dear panelists. Yes, the sacred A word that Neptune shall not name ever since after day 1. But I have the right to say that. We're from Malaysia. We should be cheering Aurora Gaming, who have picked up a pace just a little bit like Yoda. But there are some picking up that needs to be done. Teams like Gun Dynasty, who hasn't really got anything going just yet. Teams like, to a certain degree, I would say Team Secret, I would say a bit more from them. Lion as well, you know, they got to the final circle. That one was probably the best we've seen so far. But as we head into Nextera, this is where my eyes will be on Team Vitality to take it.
Crack the code of not only just going for placement points, but also eliminations as well. And it feels very natural because these fights that are taking are coming in from the beginning of the game all the way to the end. It's very different than before, where they are going to be having a bit more of a quiet fight and showing their head maybe toward the last few circles. But now they're saying, bring out all the guns, because not only do we have to make it all the way to the end, but perhaps this will also give us a big advantage to allow us to make some mistakes as we go throughout the entirety of the day. And after all, it is going to be a tag game every day. We have to be able to be able to survive this long, as Joel will be the one to open things up here against the Straw Hats. And the Straw Hats, this is not the start that they wanted to see.
Just about to bring up a point that Lucifer mentioned earlier on, that the South Asian teams could really shift the tide of the round. They could be the reason why some of these teams don't even finish, don't finish top 4. Team Vitality again. We say that Nextera is one of the maps, Solara is one of the maps that they are very skilled at. And even Neptune brought out Coach Chris Joe, definitely has more in his pockets, his deeper pockets than we think. The Gray from Koja has been quite the menace, right? Game 1 Harry, he played the usual Aurora vision from the Koda. Now Koja, instead of the Koja, we get the Koja Ray. And in in a close combat situation, it is incredibly strong to use. Get the knockdown when you hit the threshold in HP. It's the replay tells us a good story as well that Straw Hats didn't stand a chance against Vitality.
Here comes Manel as well. He's always been the last person standing. The desk did bring him up there. How he's able or needs to make that magic. He's always the last person alive. And, you know, somehow in this situation, it feels like it's a tale as old as time. As right now, most of his team also have again. Now, the rest of team still hasn't been able to finish him out quite yet. So if things go well, if he is left alone, they could go for the reset, really hoping that his team will be able to come into it a bit stronger as well. After all, recovery is so important. Not just recovery, but also being able to stabilize. Now, the same can be said about DRS as Alu, as well as TEC, just being able to come back here. Falcons, this time around, a bit slower. They're trying to take those early fights, but Strong Hats not on happen. I think they want to just take away the space and go full all in on the Falcons.
If you stir the balls, then it's going to be ready for retaliation. TG learned the hard way, strolling into Lion's Den, losing two of their members off the get-go. I think Polo Gaming Esports Aiku's team of members looking around. Of course, he's going to find him quickly. Wota, the one who bailed his team out of danger the first time they met. Now we have to face off again. P90 has subpar weapon, but enough in close range. Unfortunately, no confirmation there. Wota perishes.
He tried to be able to secure that point before, the rest of Lion come by. For him, a bit too slow. The hesitation cost him there. As for the rest of the team here, the Falcons still very much online, but Vitality also joining in on the fight against the Straw Hats and them. Somewhere close by. You can start to see the Hornets are super active, moving on the map, moving on the area, joining in whenever. The sounds are super loud, and the sounds of the gunfire are here as well.
This time, Aurora Gaming playing it slightly slower around mud site. There is potential to rotate to Decker Square. If they need more time or strict boxing between when DRS has invested in. Joe receiving some gunfire is Dem and Falcons. Again, even the theme of the day is starting to show a host of defense. They can battle the Falcons and live in this time. It's going to show Joe how it's done. Out in the open, retiring him really quickly. Fully to this, right?
Yeah.
It's a poke and prod. Lose Joe out, sure. The rest of the Vitality players already out of the area. So low commitment move there. Lion be under pressure. TAG definitely wants some payback after game 2.
Yeah, Lion are really paying for it right now. Chunked down, HP so very low, and the pressure coming in from the entirety of the team is a bit much to work with. Nice shots coming in from Sahil Jat as well. Games team knocked down Hacks as well. Stolen away by that nade. And for the rest of the final member there, well, it's going to be Joker all alone running away with this play. But it's good. He's able to steal away a few points, but we want him to be able to not only bring back his team into the game, also survive as well. It's going to be a long trek for him.
Good time to bring up the fact that Team Apex Gaming, even though they haven't gotten a booyah today, but they are second in terms of, third in terms of the total placement points. But if you add on the accumulated elimination point, they're actually second right now based on the system. Team Falcons getting another straddler, that makes it 6 for them. There's a rotation coming in. Straw Hats unfortunately perishes right out in the circle. Even for GD, still looking for a way back into this game. Aurora runs into Team Secret, who has been quite the challenge for them during the group stage, as Aurora are constantly haunted by Team Secret. The way that Vitality has shut down Team Secret so far.
Team Secret trying to find a nice angle here to go out there in the open as Aurora keep them boxed inside of the compound. But for now, it's all about trying to break down those glue walls first. They're coming outside. I'm worried about the choke area as well if that were to happen.
Yep.
They're now out in the open there, gonna have to take away the space from Aurora. Jun forced to move away here. They keep themselves barricaded inside. Blue walls also just strengthened up here as well. Aurora crossed through. Arjun takes a bit of chip damage. They tried to rally back, but the crossfires and Joe coming in from Team Secret. A bit too much to work with. And not only to get the eliminations, but also being able to bring the teammates back into the game. A great start by Team Secret on this map.
Bad effort there, honestly, from Aurora. But unfortunately, didn't expect relauncher to be brought in by Team Secret. So at quite a disadvantage. Aurora Gaming will have to find a reset for now. Axel clearing away. This is sort of what was written in the stars at the start of the game, looking at how Aurora Gaming chose to drop the mudslide trajectory to the circle. We did speak about the possibility of them going to boxing gym, but instead of the RS, they find Team Secret nested there. Unfortunate situation. All hope is lost. Falcons now up against TG. They need to get on fire out and flush him out from this high ground. Shanky inching forward. There's a backstab angle on fire. Still hanging on well. But Shanky good on the numbers.
Aurora is keeping a good eye out, but this time around they do not want to mess with this. Gonna let that go. Gonna just move away as well. They're super aggressive today. They're not stopping that from happening. But in this situation, you just really gotta cut your losses. Be able to just bring yourselves back into the game and then just go aggressive. TT there, Aztec get knocked down. I would say they're surviving a little bit longer than the previous two maps earlier, but definitely not the usual fire and tempo that we saw them playing in the last 2 days.
They need a bit more out of GD. Both in placements and eliminations. And that's sort of the challenge you have to face as a first timer on the big stage. You come in stream on day one, you better be able to adapt. Because everyone else will. I think that is the current issue, right? Teams have sort of read the moves of GD. It's getting harder and harder for them to kind of use the same playbook.
Rahat. Damage now. Zayeljan somehow managing to turn things around with one singular shot.
Very good stuff. Lucifer was right. Day one is gonna be slow about when they pick things up on day two. They continue to carry that momentum into the survival stage. Lion getting a 9-point here, finding SAUL's Jack. Now taking over Simway, there is a boat maker being called in. You have Falcons waiting in the wings as well. And this is also another rivalry that has formed in the survival stage. It's not just Falcons against Vitality, it's also Falcons against Lion. The three big beasts taking on each other. I feel like Lion shouldn't be looking to take Falcons out athletically. Joker will be on the flank. Now Falcons might have to deal with TG.
Noted. Gives away the binoculars. Now for the rest of Falcons, I am curious to see how exactly they're going to be doing. They are 2 bodies short in this fight, so could potentially be overwhelmed. And on top of that as well, if you look at the rotations there, the Falcons are moving away. Lion is just pressuring them. I'm pretty sure they managed to steal away. Just slowly moving around the area. And now on fire.
ভালো পজিশন আছে আর এরকম লাগবে না এত বেশি কেউ মুভ করে না আর আসতে পারে কোনো ইয়ে নেই দেখা যায় বাট মনে হয় না টিসির কাছে যাবে টিসিরে থাকবে টিসির এরকম বোর্ড আছে লাজনে এত বেশি কেউ আসে না
Yes, last year's run
যতক্ষণ না বলতে ওনারা গেছে ততক্ষণ বলতে কিছু হবে না
still some chances. There's still a favorite team to make it through today. We reserve a slot for Falcons in the grand finals, but it can be, if a team wrestles is away, they're going to earn the recognition of everyone else. Aurora managing to fully recover. Same for Titan Gaming Club. Starting to get messy. 11 minutes in, 10 teams left. Even a circle. Plenty of open area to work with.
Yeah, I was about to say that as well. But the compounds, majority of them had already been taken away. There's space for SAUL though to come in toward that northern side of where Vitality is currently holding. Now, for TEC, just waiting the wings as well. DRS putting the pressure to the members of Team Secret, keeping them away for now. Hoping to see whether they can put some chip damage. If one knock does happen, just know that they're going to be collapsing if possible. As Aurora rushes forward to the lead. Aurora's push is going to be delayed by his blue wall. For now, they're going to get completely Taken away by DEC here. Kutush winning the wings. Rehat does manage to drop down another blue wall.
এই ভাই হঠাৎ করে রাখিয়ে দিল এই
Just breaking through unlimited amount of space. Releases a lot of damage here. May have been more than he can chew. Knocked down. And for the rest of the team now, Azrael gets one more. DEC, two more players back. Ninja brought back into the game. Lion wants to join in as well. Hasan has been knocked out here. The shots are good. Lion waiting, very, very patient for DEC. Getting crushed.
Ryan was going to set it up.
এরা
Around the corner there. Two teams that was roaring to life here. 14 eliminations. Let's count that number out.
আরে ভাই এনে বাদ করছেন না এনে কোজি পড়লে নিয়ে নিতে ভাই
Aurora, they can come in and make something happen. Make the best out of this mess. But we have a fourth team arriving. It's SHUL.